So yeah, talk to me. The answer is simple. Talk to me. What was your childhood like in Brazil? What were some of the memories that you remember? What were some of the memories that you're fond of?
I loved growing up in Brazil. It's a very sunny place. Everyone is very nice. My parents, they're divorced, but they live in the same street, so I was always really close with my family. I used to also live in front of my school.
Look at me. Don't look at the camera.
So,
it doesn't exist. Look at me.
So it was nice. It was comfortable. I could walk everywhere.
What was school? So what was school like? You said you started. So what age did you start school in Brazil?
When?
Yeah, what age? What age do you start? What age does everyone start school?
4.
Really? 4 years old?
Did you start before?
We start at 5.
That's not such a big difference.
That's crazy. That's a 1 year of development.
Yeah, but it's still not that big of a difference.
Okay, so you start at 4.
Yeah.
Do you have like kindergarten? What's the first?
Kindergarten. I was in kindergarten before.
Okay, so you're in kindergarten before, and you start at 4, which is year 1, I guess. You guys don't call it that, do you?
No, it's not the same.
What do you do? What's the progression? Talk to me about it, primary school.
So this isn't going to be normal for Brazil because I went to an international school. So you start in PP1 and then you progress through the PPs and then you go to Prep 1 and then you go up to Prep 5 and then you go to Form school, like Form 1, Form 2, and then you go to 6th Form.
Okay.
So yeah, then that's similar.
Okay. And then what was even though it was an international school, was it weird?
What do you mean?
Because I'm trying to think how different it is. Thank you, you're smart. You're trying to think, it's your course. This course is coming into thing. I'm trying to think how different it is from what I've learned and what, like, how it was for me going from year 1 to year 6 and what it was like for you. So I'm trying to ask, what was the culture like in primary school? Like, is everyone joking around? Is everyone serious? Or is it like everyone just like, is it bullying? Like, does that all happen? It was like, is that exact same no matter where you go?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the same. Like, it wasn't really high stakes. You're still a kid. You're still like playing. There's a bit of bullying, which is awful. But yeah, I think it's pretty similar.
What do you do when you're not in school? Like, what, beaches and stuff?
I don't live near the beach, so no. I used to do gymnastics for a while. I also did basketball. I also tried volleyball, tennis.
You were a sporty kid. You just did loads of sports.
I tried loads of sports and then I didn't like them and I would try it and then not like it. The only one that really stuck was gymnastics. I did that for, I don't know, maybe 8 years. I also did piano lessons.
Oh shit, you can play the piano?
Yeah.
That's really cool. We should have a piano session.
Do you play the piano?
No, I don't. So I would watch you play and then I'll fuck around on the keyboard and make it look like I play.
I also took guitar lessons for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm learning guitar now actually.
Really?
Yeah, you can teach me then.
I don't remember anything. Like, I just stuck with piano. Guitar was like...
What was the most memorable part of your childhood? What age do you think?
What do you consider childhood?
So, from 4 to 16.
4 to 16, that's pretty much like a lot of time.
Yeah, so pick an age range. What was your most fun that you just like, do you remember?
Most fun. I think when I was like 15, 16, that's when we started like going out and doing more fun things. I was taking my GCSEs, which was like, it was a good mix of challenging and also like okay. It was like fun. It was before I was starting to think about like going to university and doing like the IB, which is like the A levels here. So it was like just a fun period where I was old enough to do things but not old enough to worry about things.
What was your favorite subject in school? Do you remember?
Biology.
Why biology?
I don't know. I just really liked learning things like biology related things, and also our class was like me and 5 other girls, and our teachers was like really small class. It was really fun. Yeah, like it was just like a fun class.
What did you not like? What was your most hated subject?
Math.
Everyone dislikes math. Why did you not like math?
Because I was bad at it.
Are you still bad at it?
I'm still bad at math, yeah.
You never learned?
Never learned.
Okay, talk to me. Okay, so no. So the reason I was asking that, I was trying to establish. Thank you. The reason I was asking that, I was trying to establish like your context. Like, what was it like for you growing up? And I know you've mentioned like what the school and education system was like, but on the wider sense of what the culture is like. Talk to me about Brazilian culture. What was some of the stuff that you noticed early on that stayed with you?
I think Brazilian people are very friendly. We have a very friendly culture. Everyone is really warm. Like as soon as you meet someone, you're automatically like already friends. Like we'll meet someone and immediately call them like nicknames and be like really close, and everyone's really friendly. I love the food. I love the weather, and yeah, I've always just noticed that the music.
Okay, let's break it down then. You started the people. People are really friendly. Like, is that like an aspect of your culture? Is that like, so like when you're meeting with new family members, is that something you were taught when you were a kid, or is just everyone is just sunny and is happy and they just run around?
I think you're just born with it. Like everyone is like that. Like, well, even someone that you don't really know that much will always say hi with like a kiss and a hug. And here it's more like colder, like a handshake or just saying hi. I think it's just, and like we'll help someone even if you don't really know that person. Where I used to work in Brazil, it was like a really big company. It was like 1,000 people. You would say good morning to everyone you passed. Even if you don't know that person, you'll say good morning. You'll open the door, you'll be friendly. And I think that's just like part of the culture.
It's weird because I feel like a lot of other cultures, because I had the same experience in Ghana when I went to, like other cultures are so like that. They're so much more open. I think maybe it comes at maybe it's metropolitan. Maybe when you come to the city or somewhere there's like a lot of people from different cultures, people are immediately of standish, right?
Yeah.
But like in Ghana or in Brazil, I feel like because they seem like they're all the same people, it's all homogenous. That they kind of feel like, oh, that's my people.
Yeah,
that's the question actually. Is it homogenous? Like, is everyone the same, or is there like loads of different shades of people?
What do you mean?
Like, is everyone black or is everyone white? Is everyone like? Because I know Brazil was like it wasn't in the equator, right? I don't know you. I'm just. I don't know. You're like. No.
I don't know, but it is very mixed. Fun facts about Brazil. Not sure if it's true, but I think Brazil is the place with most Japanese people besides Japan.
Really?
We have a really big Japanese community in Brazil.
Did you notice that growing up?
Yeah, like we have amazing Japanese food, like sushi, and also more traditional like izakayas and places like that. We also have a lot of like Italian. Like my family is Italian. Whenever people meet me, they think I'm Italian because of my name.
You were Italian too, yeah.
Yeah, because of my name, but I'm actually not. There's also a lot of Lebanese people. So a lot of my friends are like their grandparents are from Lebanon, or they came. We also have amazing Lebanese food. And then a lot of people in Brazil as well are black. A lot of people are white. There's a lot of like, it's a very mixed place.
Did you, because now I'm wondering how that affected you when you came here. Did you like, were you more used to it? Because you saw, like back home, it was like, oh, everyone's mixed and it's the same thing here. So that did that help your integration into the UK?
I guess I didn't notice.
Because it's like it's just the same, I guess. Because you're so used to it, I'm guessing.
Because everyone is so mixed, you don't really see the difference. Like I won't look at someone and be like, oh, this person is Lebanese Brazilian or Japanese Brazilian. You're just like, everyone is mixed.
What are some of the negative aspects of Brazilian culture then? You said the good stuff. Don't worry, they're not gonna come after you. Just stuff that you would improve, stuff that you saw. You were like, maybe that's not the best part, and you know.
There's a lot of bad things as well. Inequality is the biggest one. There's a big divide between people who have money and those who don't. I'd say it's very dangerous to go to Brazil.
Really?
Very dangerous.
Like, dangerous how? Like, you're going to get robbed, stabbed?
Yeah, robbed. Like, if you have your phone out and you're walking the streets, you're going to get robbed. Like, gunpoint robbed.
Really?
Yeah.
For your phone?
For your phone. And if you're at a party, you're going to get, like, they're just going to take it and you're not going to see that they took it.
That's, like, everywhere. How did you survive that? How do you like? How did you obviously have to be smart about where you go and
Yeah.
stuff like that? Is it easier when you grow up there?
I never have my phone out, like, ever. I don't walk by myself. And I've had my phone, like, I've been pickpocketed, like, 4 times.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
So is that the worst part then? The inequality and the fact that they're stealing and stuff, there's theft and stuff like that.
There's also really nothing to do in my city. Like, we have really good nightlife, like parties and bars, but during the day you can't just like walk around like in London because it's dangerous. Also because there's nothing to do.
What was your city? What city did you grow up in?
São Paulo.
Sao Paulo. That's where the movie took place, isn't it?
No, that was Rio.
That's Sao Paulo. City
I think
of God.
that's Rio.
I think it's Sao Paulo. I think they say in the movie Sao Paulo. But you haven't seen the movie, so
I haven't seen it. Yeah,
know, so it's
that's
fine.
true.
You've not seen the best Brazilian movie out there. Okay. So yeah, okay. What would you say? Yeah, what would you say is your most enjoyable memory from childhood? Let's wrap that point up. I don't know if you answered that.
Most enjoyable. From now you mean childhood.
Childhood. No, I mean, yeah, childhood. I'm just saying the whole range is fine. Like whatever experience that you had that was memorable to you, like something like a tradition. I know you've got like yearly.
Yeah.
Yearly. What's it called?
New Year.
I mean, everyone has New
Carnaval.
Year. Yeah.
I'd say like New Year is really big in Brazil, so every year I'll still do it. Like you'll get together with friends, you'll go to the beach or somewhere like for a week, and then you'll
wait, stop. You go to the beach for a week.
Yeah, everyone does it. You go to the beach for a week.
You don't go to work. You just go to the beach for a week.
It's like end of year recess.
What are you doing at the beach for a whole week?
Because you go to parties and you celebrate, and then on like the 31st, everyone like wears white. We have like a dinner, and then when it's like midnight, we'll have champagne and toast, and then afterwards you need to jump 7 waves and make 7 wishes for the new year.
Why 7?
I don't know.
You just do it.
Yeah, that's just a tradition.
But that's really cool. Do you remember your first one that you went? Your first New Year's kind of... Oh, yeah. You must have been like 16 or something, right?
Yeah. Before I used to go with my parents. And then when I was like 15, I started going with my friends. And every year we'll go to Rio. Last year we went to Rio. This year we're going to go to Rio. Something you start planning like months before. Like we're planning already New Year's.
What do you plan though? You're going to do the same thing every year, no?
Because it gets really... like houses get expensive. Tickets get expensive.
Okay.
But we've decided that it's easier to just drive. It's like 10 hours. So we'll just drive.
You drive to Rio?
Yeah. We drive to Búzios, which is a place in Rio.
Okay. And then you stay there for the whole week?
Yeah, and we rent a house.
That's amazing. Damn, can I come? That sounds lovely.
Come to Brazil.
Come to Brazil for the New Year's for a whole week.
Yeah.
Spend a week in Brazil. Okay, yeah. So was that part of your favorite memories? Was that something that you...
I wait the whole year for New Year's. That's the highlight of my year.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the carnivals? You don't like that?
Oh yeah, Carnaval as well. I'm usually here, so... like the last 5 years I've been here.
What year is that? What time of the year are carnivals?
February.
Every year in February.
Every year.
Have you been to some though, right?
Yeah, in 2017 I went to one with my friends, and then that was pretty fun. Like they close off the whole street and they have like block parties, and everyone dresses like in costumes, and there's glitter, and
where did the glitter come from?
Shows. I don't know. Glitter is a very important part of it.
I just mentioned glitter.
You have to wear glitter.
That's such a random thing.
You have to.
People spraying glitter at you.
You just have to paint yourself in glitter, and it's fun. But then I was here obviously because I was going to uni here, and then in 2023 I was in Brazil and I went to some block parties, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have because I was like, oh, I'll just have next year. And then I didn't because I was here.
But you're going to go back and you have time to enjoy it. It's even better as you get older, I'm pretty sure.
No, it gets worse when you get older.
Because you're tired?
Because you're tired. You have no energy. You're like, no.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm not going to...
That's like partying, right?
Because you're like, I'm not going to start drinking at 11 a.m. and be like... and with so many people in a block party. Like, I'm too old for that.
Yeah, true. But we're not there yet.
My dad still goes and he's 60. So I'm like, maybe there's hope.
There's hope. There's always hope. Okay. What are some of the stuff you've learned from your time in Brazil, then your childhood in Brazil? What are some of the biggest lessons that you can pick up? I know it's a hard question to answer, right? So I'll give you more of a... I'll give you more. I'll go for me first, then, so it doesn't feel like an interview, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can ask me questions whenever you want. It doesn't have to just be one way. I'm just like asking you stuff that I just think of in my head. So for me, some of the stuff that I've learned from Ghana, for example, even though I was there for like a really short period of time, I did go back when I got a bit older and spend time with the people. And like a lot, like you're saying, the positive aspects is that they're open. Everyone just like meets you, they want to greet you, they treat everyone there like their family. So like even like little kids will get told off by random strangers because it's like, oh, that's your uncle, and like you have to call everyone who's older than you like an uncle or a
Brazil as well.
Really?
Like I'll call all my friends' parents like uncle or aunt.
Yeah. I think I genuinely think that's just like a third world kind of mentality. It's not like in a bad way, but in like we're all together, we're all one family, we're all going through the struggle together. But the negative aspect of that is also like, man, they're so rude in Ghana, man. Like they can be so like in your face, in your business, that like even if you're just minding your business, there's no such thing. Here, people just mind their business. In Ghana, they will talk to you directly and point at you and be like, I'm talking to you, and like be so abrasive. And also that mentality of that, because that poverty divide, that the gap between rich and poor, people are just so selfish, and mentally they're just like they always want something what's best for them, and that's very difficult to grow up in. So like when I was a kid, didn't even realize that because I was so young. So I picked up the positive aspects of it, which is like I'm open and I'm like I want to have a good time. That's just Ghana. It's like that's just Ghana through and through. Even here, everyone I know here, or the family members I have here, or the older people that I know, they've kind of taught me that. They taught me to be open, taught me to be engaging in people, look at people in the eye when you speak to them, just having those kind of just normal human interactions. But the negative aspects I've not really picked up. I guess I picked up the British negative aspects, I think, in the end. But those are kind of the lessons I've learned. I've learned like, that people are, like precious. You can really trust them. You can really be open with them. That's something that my mom's taught me. That's from that perspective of like, that's what we do in Ghana. That's our culture. Discipline, tradition. You got to do this by this, family first. Those are the kind of lessons that I've learned from Ghana. Which is why I'm asking you, what some of the lessons that you've learned from your time in Brazil and some of your childhood?
I think similar, like always be polite to people and always treat people the way you want to be treated. And always, I think, have more of a collective mentality than here. They're very individualistic here. And in Brazil, we're more collectivist, I think.
Talk to me about that then. That's a good question. I've got a question on that. Sorry to interrupt, but you said something that really caught my attention. What is the positives? Talk to me about the positive between collective mentality and individual mentality. Which one do you agree with more and why?
I don't know. I mean, in Brazil, we kind of, as a culture, have I think we like to think that we have more of a collectivist mentality, but in the end of the day, you have kind of also an individualistic mentality because you also have to think about yourself. I think maybe like a mix, like always think about how you influence other people, how you affect other people, but always also think about yourself, because it isn't good if you're always so worried about other people that you forget about yourself.
And is there a point where you reach in your life where you have to only think about yourself? So say you start a family, right? I think your family comes before anything else, right? But that's the balance, right? The balance is like, if you think only for yourself in that situation, yes, it's good for your family, but for the wider society, how much is that, like, what influence are you having on other people,
Yeah. I mean, I think I just mean like if you're in public or in your relationships, like with friends and people you're seeing, you're thinking about how your actions affect other people. I think to me that's like having a more collectivist view.
And you think yes, you're sorry to interrupt you. You said that Brazil is more collective and here we're more individual. That's something you've learned. That's the difference that you've learned. And that's something you're taking forward in your life to know the difference and how to navigate that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, like here, everyone is just like walking around. They're thinking about themselves. They'll bump into you. They'll be kind of rude. And in Brazil, I think that happens less because we're all mindful of how what we do affects other people. Like, we would never bump into someone or be rude to someone, stuff like that.
That's amazing. Okay, that's so interesting too, because you think about that, right? Like, here, no one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like all they have the perception and no one cares because we're all in this like giant pot of like people and work and like stress.
Yeah.
And it's just like everyone's going on all the time.
I think also São Paulo, or at least where I grew up, people are more chill. There isn't the stress I see in London. I think because it's like warmer, and I think in summer people are more relaxed. And
Yes.
it's summer in Brazil like all year round. Also in Rio, people seem like they're more relaxed. They're near the beach. It's always warm. So yeah, I think that's also a factor.
Yeah, your environment does really dictate that. Okay, here's a question then. Okay, moving from the Brazil then.